Grand Rising, great time to be alive. Jameson here, not looking at the phone, driving over the bridge, getting a new place here soon, moving to a really like a perfect location, and can't wait for that. I don't know, I'm checking in with you guys. How are you doing out there? How's your world? How's the world and your perception? How's your relationships with family, friends, community? Do you have anybody, or are you isolating and looking at your phone for hours? You know, and since COVID, everything's been put on computers, you know, customer service, computers. Nobody's a human anymore. Like, there's no humans anymore. Self-checkout, maybe 3 people to check you out at Target, and then they say that nobody wants to work, and that's BS. They're just not hiring. And if you look globally, there's all kinds of riffraff going on, but in our country, obviously, we just opened up our borders to 20 million, maybe even more, maybe less new residents. And then we've got now in Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan, we've got Muslims cranking out their prayer horn at 5:30 a.m. And, you know, they're elected into office, and you're called an Islamophobe if you say anything about it. You know, we got more trans people than ever, and you're a transphobic if you say anything about it. We got blue-haired liberal queers in your face telling you that you should be ashamed of yourself. Cancel culture. Like, interesting, man. Interesting. I grew up in the 80s, 90s. I was born in 74. Yes, I'm Gen X. You could say what you want about us, but man, life, like when we walk down the street, we would wave to people and say hi to people. Now everybody's got their headphones on and looking at their phones, not even looking up at the outside world. They're like stuck in this 3D matrix. So interesting. What's going on with you guys? What's your perception of all of this? Is this good? Is this progress? Comedians have to watch what they say, and, you know, shows like The View are ready to cut you down if or try to, you know, force their narrative and shame people for their humor. You know, the left, the extreme left, it's exhausting. And I have friends that are on the left and Democrats, and, you know, I've never voted, I've never registered to vote, I've never been involved in politics. I was raised in a religion that had nothing to do with it, and I'm happy about that, but I can't not see what's going on in the world. And I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, and everybody says that, but you're either pulling for a more conservative view these days or a liberal one, you know, according to everybody. But ultimately, we all just want to be left alone. And we also want law and order and peace and safety. And we don't want our kids being programmed to think that they should mutilate their bodies, because the medical industry is making billions off of this, if not trillions, off of these surgeries. That's why they're pushing this agenda, you know? And it's all the hormone drugs and all of that stuff. Like, it's a luxury to change your sex. And a lot of people are falling for it. But it's mental illness. And they don't realize until they've already done it, some of them. And some of them end up killing themselves. And these are just facts. Go look up the stats. Don't attack the messenger. I'm just saying what I'm seeing. And if you want to cancel me, you can go right ahead. You're probably not a good fit for me anyway. But you're a human and I'm a human. And I'm wondering what's going on in our country. And how far it's going to go. And by the time 2030 is here, what's going to be the deal then? You know? So, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I look on YouTube. I only look at YouTube. I don't really do Instagram and those other things as much. But YouTube's got a lot of stuff on it. I need to change my algorithm. I don't do TikTok. I try to watch long form videos. But yeah, interesting times. Yeah, what's your opinion? How's it going for you guys out there? What are you seeing? You know, maybe I'm all screwed up. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong channels. Maybe you should turn me on to some other stuff. But I'm generally just an average guy. I grew up in a small town. You know, I play music for a living. I travel a lot. You know, I travel all the time, so I see the world in real life. Like, I see Kensington, Pennsylvania. You know, I see the big cities, the blue cities. I see the red cities. You know, and I see it with my own eyes. I'm not watching it on a screen, y'all. I'm going out in the real world, and I'm seeing it in the airports. You know, on the streets, and that's what I'm seeing. And I don't know. I think we're really divided right now. I don't really know. You know, let's look for some hope in all this. Please tell me about some hope. All right, thank you. Love you.